Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is a little bit after 9 on January 12th for my weekly Tuesday morning live into my Facebook group. So this week I'm actually using StreamYard because I wanted to try something and see if I could get my video to go both to my Facebook group and my YouTube channel. And I tried to, and it said, no, you can't, you have to upgrade. So I upgraded just to be able to do this, which I know sounds really kind of like a waste of money. But I think now that I've spent the money, I'm going to have a better opportunity to actually use some of the features. Anyway, I've got my air conditioning is blowing. I mean, not my air conditioning. My heat is blowing. And then there's a bunch of people taking some trees down at my neighbor's house. So there's probably background noise. So I apologize for that. Hashtag, the COVID years. So here's an interesting thing. And, I still make the same mistake myself. And that is that, so the reason why I titled this, Your Opinion, While Interesting is Irrelevant, is because there's this group called Pragmatic Marketing. And I took a series of certification workshops with them several years ago, but I followed one of the founders of the group, David Meerman Scott, for many years before that and read his books and everything. And so this was kind of like one of their kind of like their signature mottos. Your opinion, while interesting, is irrelevant. And I love that because it is a very poignant reminder that we are not our audience, and that when we put our messaging out there into the world, we can't predict what other people are going to respond to. And I've known this for years, but I still make the mistake. But so here's an interesting thing that happened just in the last couple of days. So I mentioned that I'm doing this challenge with ClickFunnels, which is really good. And one of the activities is to create, some free lead magnets and a book cover, like a really nice kind of like sexy book cover to put on your sales page, right? And now they say you can go ahead and outsource this, but I actually have done it before and I actually like doing it. And it's one of the activities that I like to do in my business anyway. So I decided to do it myself. So I went into Canva and I threw a whole bunch of stuff on the page and I kind of liked it. And I spent a couple hours like tweaking this thing, way more time than I should have, for sure. And then I was like, well, what if people don't like this? Like, I like it. I thought it was kind of cool looking. I'm like, what if people don't like this? Let me try a different version. And so the first version I did, like, it's one with a lady and she's kind of like dreaming and she's got like a bubble over her head. And, in the bubble, it has the title and then it's got tagline, etc. Okay. So I thought it was pretty cute. And then I'm like, well, what if people don't like this? So then I literally slapped something together that took me about 10 minutes with a picture of some clouds and the title and the tagline. Like, it was super, super simple. And I'm like, well, I really like this one, but I better test it anyway. I really didn't think anybody would pick the second one that took me 5-10 minutes, that they were going to like the one that took me 2 hours. You know why? Because I invested 2 hours of my time into that one and 10 minutes in the other one. So I was personally invested in that first one. I didn't even think about this until later. So this is what I did. So I put 2 versions of the first one, like 2 different like color themes, but with the same imagery and fonts and wording. Okay, just different colors. I put those 2 up against the third one, which was the 10-minute one with the clouds and, the basic headline thing. And I put those up, and wouldn't you know it, everybody liked the second one. Like, everybody, hands down, not a single person liked the first one. In fact, they said it was too cartoony, and then it sounded like she was dreaming instead of actually taking action. And so there's my reminder not to spend 2 hours in Canva playing with book covers because I have other things to do. And so I could have spent 10 minutes. Now, you could argue that I kind of had to go through the first 2 hours worth in order to get this to the second one, because my brain was like, my subconscious was working on it and coming up with something in the meantime. Maybe that's true. But really, I didn't need 4 versions of the first one. I could have just done the first one and then said, let me do something completely different. that's less of a cartoon and more of a reality, because those are good contrasts to have, and put those up there and see what people liked. Anyway, so again, very specific and clear reminder that you should test everything that you do, all your messaging that you put out here. Another thing that came to mind just a few seconds ago was, do you remember that book by Tim Ferriss, 4-Hour Workweek? I'm sure everybody's read it. If you're in this group, you're an entrepreneur, you've probably read it, maybe numerous times. Anyway, great book. Well, do you remember that what he said about the title of the book, how he got the title of the book? He said something like the first version of the book, or the first title that he wanted to use for the book, was something like how to make a profit from drugs, or something like that, because he did brain supplements, money and profit, from drugs online, or something weird like that. I don't remember the exact thing. It was a really stupid title, but he loved it. And then he tested it. And then, so he tested a bunch of different versions of the book, and that's how he got 4-Hour Workweek. So anyway, that's it. That's my lesson for today, or my kind of like my insight for the day, for the week. And I hope this is, let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts, and have a great week. See you soon.